Hello, in this video you will learn 10 ways to find out if the wife is cheating. Subscribe to the channel, click on the bell and listen carefully to one change. Agree in the mood. Being in a relationship, you are always up to date with the latest events in the life of your soulmate. You always share your joy and feelings and therefore recognize the usual mood or the behavior of the spouse is not a problem for you. But what if more and more often you notice an inexplicable joy, the liveliness on the part of your girlfriend in her personal life? Something happens. But what exactly she does not say. Causes and explanations can be many, but do not watch for their presence but for the constancy of the high spirits of meeting with her lover. Create a real emotional storm, because regular inexplicable joy is a serious reason to closely monitor your woman too. She is passive in sex. I must immediately say that some girls initially prefer to play a passive role because pay attention to this symptom only during a sharp change in their sexual life. Men play different roles in women's lives, including roles lover. If another man has taken this position, sexual interest in a legitimate husband disappears. Pay attention to the emotions of the girl in bed and how she relates to lack of sex, engagement in the clouds and frank boredom in her simulated machine, and look clearly indicate the presence of a problem that is not necessary but may be associated with a lover. 3. She began to look more closely at herself. New cosmetics, major change of wardrobe and the resumption of trips to spa treatments. The cosmetologist of all this must definitely have a good reason. For example, the appearance of a girl's life of a new puppy. A woman uses her beauty to win a man's heart. Remember the beginning. You'll understand everything, but then you're more and more often seeing your soulmate without makeup and wearing heels once a month to make drastic changes in relation to your appearances. Say that a woman wants someone to like her. She got a new job. She has a new circle of friends. But if you do not have a logical explanation for her behavior, it is possible that you are witnessing the emergence of a new love triangle. For her phone doesn't calm down at the beginning of the relationship. We seem to become dependent on communication. We have butterflies in our stomach from new messages and the heart flutters at every new meeting. Of course, such sensations motivate you to send hundreds of messages a day. If this has never happened before, the further development of events depends on what rules prevail in your relationship. Some couples freely use each other's phones, go to the page of their favorite social networks and may even scroll through the correspondence, but there are relationships in which personal remains personal. If you can't independently verify the innocence of constant notifications and your wife's phone is protected by a password and a fingerprint, we recommend that you take a closer look. Monitor her reaction to questions about these messages. 5. She lingers somewhere every time with a new excuse. Your wife returns home later than usual, and other signs of a delay at work or at a friend's visit relate to sudden changes in your measured life. If a woman really appeared a lover, try to break the pattern of your actions a couple of times in the same way. To suddenly meet with her in the city or visit her at work at the end of the day. See the excitement of concern in the look. In words means she is hiding something. Try to determine what she does after work. Does she really spend evenings with her friends? They have a new boyfriend. 6. And we feel not at home. Remember our childhood. Even then, spending the night is not a house and was an unusual adventure, a small adventure, all because during sleep we are not protected as much as possible, but because we try to spend nights at home in the comfort zone. Now you understand that for an overnight stay a person must have a good reason or a strong desire. In childhood, we stayed at night friends for the farmer of backgrounds and parties, but in adulthood there is practically no time for this. To spend the night in another place and more than once, you need to come up with a really good reason. But whatever the absence of a woman at home at night is always a reason for excitement. Do not be too lazy to make sure that she sleeps. Where 7 said she is too active in 40 quarrels in relations are inevitable because there are no people in the world with absolutely identical views on the environment. The world is curious but every person behaves in conflict as almost the same. Remember, your quarrels sound the same intonations. Here you can catch the individuality of a person, but what if you stop recognizing your wife during the next showdown? How to understand the reason for such changes. Raising the tone of insult to humiliation testifies to the fact that she stopped thinking about the consequences of her words and actions. Why? Maybe because she plans to replace you with another. By a man of 8, she is too passive at 40. In fact, her hands just dropped during quarrels. Men and women defend their interests, but it makes sense. Only in the case when they have where to realize these interests, precisely because the conflict does not mean separation as just a way to improve their position in relations. Having stopped fighting for her position and constantly agreeing with your conditions, a girl can give a clear sign that your love is now not her interest. Suddenly an indifference to you, an alarming bell for a love union. For receiving a new interesting toy we forget about the existence of the old one. The same thing happens with the relationship. She just will tolerate your grunts and then go to another. 9 suspicious calls. For sure your girl receives a single call in a day. It can be friends of a colleague. Nothing out of the ordinary or something wrong. You see, it's strange when the wife leaves the room to answer the call. Why? She doesn't want you to hear. With whom and what is she talking about? Does a girl cheat if she does not prepare a present for your birthday and secret calls bother you more often? It's time to reveal the big secret of your soulmate. 10. You are no longer a hero or a beloved man. For a woman is always a hero and protector. Without this it is impossible. Love and a long relationship. Wife admires and the husband creates an occasion for admiration, enjoying the fact that he is valued. No matter who is to blame for the fact that the woman has ceased to consider you a hero. The important thing is that this role could be taken by another man, more responsive, generous, loving, attentive, gentle, strong, such as you have never been. Like under this video, subscribe to the channel and click on the bell and share this.